Hello?
Hello, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you? Where are you guys? You guys in Fernie or?
Yeah, we live in Fernie, so we
Mhm.
that's our home there. So it's been yeah, it's been nice having like access to the outdoors and stuff. And
Yeah.
we have a 1-year-old baby, so we spend a lot of time when we're home, not on tour, at home with the baby anyway. So our home life hasn't really been that different. It's just all the canceled tours, I guess, is the different the different part.
I think I'd seen when you announced was it Europe and UK dates or just European dates?
Just your
Just European dates, yeah. So
mhm.
we were supposed to do a 15-date tour there with the Dead South. I think we were just it would have ended last week. So it's crazy actually. Time feels crazy. It's nuts to think that since this began, we would have already gone to Europe and back. It seems like only a day has gone by.
Yeah, that sucks. Like I've been talking to a ton of bands and, they'd either just wrapped up tour or they were in the middle of tour or just started tour or just about to go on tour. It's just everyone's lives
Mhm.
changed quite drastically, quite fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think concerts were sort of the first thing to go. Like a month ago, we were throwing a concert in Fernie. It was supposed to be on March 21st, and we were sort of like, should we throw it? They're
Mm.
saying like it set up hand washing and like extra sanitizing stations. We're like, is it a good idea? And then like a month later,
It's
they're like,
amazing how things change so fast, so rapidly at the beginning of March.
it was like copable, but now that it's sort of like now they're like concerts and things like that will be the last sort of thing to come back. It's like, oh, how long how long will this go on for? So
Yeah.
but we've been doing lots of online streaming, like every Saturday night we've been doing a concert, so that's actually been really, it's totally different, and we don't want to do it forever, but it's still been like a nice way to connect with people and still sort of feel like we're putting on a show, even though it's just in our living room. So it's but it's still nice just to sort of like connect with people once a week. It's like the one thing a week where we're like, oh, we get together with people sort of digitally.
It looks like you're laying out a pretty rigid schedule for those. It's usually an hour long, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're telling your fans, your followers, like, hey, we're going on at this time, and you're going to be able to see everybody at the throughout the hour. It looks like a fun way to do it.
Yeah, it's super fun. We're using StreamYard, so all of our other band members come over and they do a song. And so sometimes our other band member has a baby too, so sometimes she'll pop in. And our guitar player, his girlfriend, is an amazing singer, so they'll do songs together. So it's been pretty cool that way to like get to still get to play a show with each other kind of once a week. So we're making the best of it.
Yeah, and we've been getting guests from afar, like friends in bands, to join in too, which has been really cool. And it makes it kind of new and interesting every week that different musicians and bands can pop in and play songs of their own too.
Yeah, I think this week we're gonna have Elliot Brood pop over for a tune or two, so that'll be cool.
Mhm.
Let's talk about Dead Leaves. The song is great. I'm excited that we can feature it during the test drive show, and it's been out for a few months, but I did see on Facebook you guys had put up a pretty extensive post explaining your thoughts on the meaning of the song before COVID-19 and how it might still relate to us after. So, do you want to talk about the song at all? Tell our listeners about it.
Yeah, before the pandemic, I mean, we wrote it sort of as like a song that holds a mirror up to our online lives, and it's kind of about the contrast that we see with our sort of Instagram lives that we portray in a time of like dire warnings out there of certain things, the issues in the world. And yeah, that it was kind of like that contrast that how we can be sort of friends face to face, but we can tear each other apart online so easily. And then after the pandemic, that sort of started to be, or during the pandemic, I should say, it started to become more apparent that that was happening. People their opinions on what's going on out there, on what should be or shouldn't be happening. Neighbors against neighbors kind of thing. It started to be apparent that people were sort of tearing each other apart instead of coming together like we should. And yeah, that's kind of the gist of it.
Why do you think it's so easy for people to forget about respect in the comment sections online? You know, saying things that they would never, ever, ever say face to face, or knowing that they could see the person's reaction that's receiving the criticism or whatever they're dishing out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get the divide.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that is something that I don't understand either, because I think that there's a few people, a few different types of people online. There's the people online who sort of like stay out of it. Then there's the people who are like, I'm online, I can say anything and do anything, and there's no consequence. And we actually had a few years ago, we had put out a different music video, and someone had written like a comment like, this is the worst thing that I've ever seen in the world. Like it was just like an awful comment. But then we clicked on her profile and we had a mutual friend, so we just wrote underneath like, oh, our friends, that we it looks like we have a mutual friend, like how cool. And then she like deleted the comment and sent us a private message and was like, I'm so sorry, I didn't even watch the whole music video, I don't know why I wrote that. And like as soon as she understood that we were humans and not just like random people on the internet, she had a more human response. But when we were just like a random video she came across, she was just like, this is garbage, you're useless. And we're like, oh man, that's weird, she's friends with so and so. So it was pretty weird to see like that, how that turns around. When I don't know if the people who do that don't see the people that they're doing that to as actual people. I don't know. And the cool part about when the pandemic started is like everyone really like came together online for like the first couple weeks. Like everyone was like, let's support each other and start like community groups and do all these things. And I was like, oh man, the internet is like turning into a beautiful place. And then like that lasted for 2 weeks, and then people were like, you saw this, and like,
Yeah.
oh no.
I guess that gets boring. I don't know. Positivity is boring to some people, maybe. Yeah. So the song "Dead Leaves," is it? Do you guys have record plans for 2020 or?
We're planning to release we're releasing a new single in the next couple weeks, and then we're planning to release the album on June 19th. But
Okay.
we'll see if that plan adapts or changes, or if we'll stick with that release plan or not. It's kind of every day something new happens. So that's the tentative plan, is June 19th for the album release.
Yeah, that's another thing that I've noticed with some bands. Like some bands they have albums coming out right now, ready to go on big promotional tours or just straight up concert tours to promote and expose this thing that you guys have put years of your life and blood into, right? And then it's just like, oh no, stay home.
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing. Like we're like, in one sense, everybody is out there at home and needing music, like new music to stay in, alive and interested and stuff. And in the other sense, for a recording artist, it's like, whoa, we can't tour this thing right now except for on, StreamYard. So I don't know, it's strange. And making music videos, the marketing of it is totally like, normally we could get together and do that, but now we're sort of like scratching our heads. Well, how do we do that? I guess we'll have to make an isolation music video, go with it. I don't know.
Hey, in 10 years, we're going to be ranking like the top 10 isolation music videos from 2020.
Exactly. Right? So
yeah.
Maybe it's worth
because every band is going to have one by the end of this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And has anyone checked on OK Go? Does anyone know if OK Go has put together an isolation music video?
Okay.
I'm going to be following their isolation video. It will be ranked number 1, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Is there any music that you've revisited or listened to for the first time that you've been meaning to get to during this great time at home?
We had a dance party to Lionel Richie yesterday. Dancing on the ceiling,
Yeah, and we've been doing some dance parties to some old dance tracks, and then we've been revisiting the war on drugs.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then I think, and then just sort of like
Smashing Pumpkins. I've revisited. They've been a favorite band of mine for a long time, and we revisited that last week. I did a banjo cover of Disarm.
Wow.
And it got shared by the Smashing Pumpkins on their social media. So I was really stoked on that.
That was the highlight of our pandemic.
Yeah,
so far.
that was a high point.
Congrats, man. That's super exciting that they shared that video.
Yes, I nearly spit my morning coffee all over my computer. I was like,
Yeah.
Billy Corgan liked my video. Oh my god.
Is there something that you didn't get when you went to the grocery store last? Something you forgot?
Oh.
Well, we did that one time. We didn't get chocolate, and we're like, we have like a chocolate bar every night type thing. So it was like, no, we forgot the chocolate. So you had to mix like.
Oh, I took like cocoa powder and mixed it with coffee cream, and like we were desperate. We were like, there's no way we can go without chocolate. You know, if this gets worse, I don't know what we're gonna do.
That is an amazing visual for desperation, I have to say.
We made a chocolate paste somehow.
Wow.
It was good. It worked. It did the trick.
Well, I mean, thanks for making some good music that resonates before and after desperate times. And I wish you guys the best of luck with whatever the hell is going to happen in the next few months or few years.
Yeah, thank you.
You too.